Your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyway. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. I know it's been a long time, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's been a long time. But welcome back to Jeep Talk. This is Jeep Talk, episode 77. Who do you do it for? Now, one of the most motivating things that wakes me up every day, that gets me out of the bed. I know we all have that time when we wake up in the bed and we like, damn, I don't even feel like going to work. I don't even feel like continuing promoting what I'm doing. I don't even feel like doing anything but just sitting around and relaxing. We all get those moments where we feel like we just want to chill. Jay Brass, what up, what up? And we just want to relax, we want to stay in the house, we don't want to do anything, or we don't feel like doing something. But then you have to realize, we have to remember, what is your why? What is the reason you do whatever you do? Now, there is no right or wrong method of doing this, as far as if you do it for your kids, if you do it for your family, if you do it for the money, if you do it for the fame. There is no wrong reason. But in my lifetime, what I realized is that the best reason for me, and I think the best reason for most people to do whatever you do, whether it's wake up for work every day, whether it's take your kids to school, whether it's go out on the strip and sell some box, is do it for your purpose. Do it for you. Because if you do it for anything else or anyone else, I feel like you're more liable to change, not be consistent, and maybe be a hypocrite. Because when you have to keep changing for the reason that you're doing something and it's not your purpose, it's going to look like you flip-flop a lot. It's going to look like you're like, I can't do it, or you have to change your goalposts every single time. But if you do it for yourself, I feel like you never have to change your goalposts. Shout out to Travel with Will. He says, I do it for the kid. Before it was me, but the kid came for the little ones. I can understand it. Again, there's no right or wrong choice to choose. But for me, I feel like if you do things for your kids, when your kids grow up and they don't need you anymore, now you have to alter who you're doing it for. You have to alter why you're doing it. If you do it for the money, you do it for the fame. Once you hit that status, whether it's millionaire, billionaire, and this is one of the reasons why I feel like a lot of celebrities and a lot of people, they'll hit these barriers they want to hit, and they won't ever be satisfied because they're doing it for something else other than their purpose or for themselves. And one thing I felt like sharing this morning, again, because I was laying in the bed. I was up last night promoting the Black Man's Guide to World Travel, Cali, Colombia. I woke up this morning. I did the same thing. I had to go get my son some food because I forgot to go shopping the other day at the store. But I was able to do it because I know doing that makes me more able to fulfill my purpose, to do it for me. Because at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't be happy. Now, for the kids, they just want their kids to be happy, or they just want the people to be happy. I wouldn't be happy unless my kids are good. I can't guarantee their happiness because happiness is from within. But I can do whatever I can do to make it easier for them to be happy. I can do whatever I do. I can go to work every day, even though I don't have to. I can retire. I can sell a crib. I can not have to work for the rest of my life. I can still have passive income from my other crib. But purpose. What is the reason why I wake up every day? Is because I have a purpose, a mission that I feel as though is for me. Not saying it's better than anybody else's mission. It's just what my plans are. So when you see me on YouTube for 17 years, and you see a lot of people talk about burnout, you see a lot of people talk about, oh my God, I don't want to produce as much content. It's because their purpose, in my opinion, doesn't align with what they're doing online. You know what I'm saying? Their purpose doesn't align with what they're doing online. Because my purpose aligns with what I'm doing on YouTube, I can produce. I almost hit the mark. I'm almost there at 3,000 videos, yo. I'm almost at 3,000 videos on YouTube over 17 years. I'm trying to get there without rushing because I want the videos to be quality. So I'm trying to get there without rushing before 17 years hits in November. And I think I will. I think with the shorts working out, I think I will get to 3,000 videos on YouTube. If you can be that consistent, I put it in ChatGPT. I say, hey, ChatGPT, what is the consistency of 3,000 videos, or is there a consistency, or what is it? And even ChatGPT say, yo, this is a strong consistency, and it's not normal. It's not the average, rather. And I thought back, I was like, yo, this is what made me get the topic. I thought back, I'm gonna get your comments. I thought back, like, what gave me this ability to be this consistent when others usually quit, they burn out, they do this, and it's because I've been following my purpose. Not because I've been doing it for the money, not because I've been doing it for the fame, not because I wanted to hit 100,000 subscribers, not because I wanted to get a 1,000,000 view video or a 1,000,000 view short, but simply because it's part of fulfilling my purpose. Which is the reason why I feel like I would probably most likely be doing this for the rest of my life. Maybe I won't be moving around the way I'm moving around now, where I'm able to do so when I'm young. But living in my purpose and living in your purpose, it just makes things so much clearer, y'all. It just makes things so much clearer. And it's like you don't get distracted. I feel like, in my opinion, you don't get distracted as much when you're living in your purpose, or living for your purpose, not for somebody else. When you're doing it for your kids, you may get distracted, like, I gotta get some money, I gotta get some money, I gotta get some money. When you're doing it for the fame and stuff, okay, what I gotta do to be famous? Like, I'm doing it for the fame, I'm doing it for the notoriety, I'm doing it for the cars and the money, the cars, the hoes, I suppose. But when you're doing it for yourself and you're doing it to fulfill your purpose, it feels like it's just so much easier. It feels like it's so much more natural. I was watching this video, one of my friends sent me. I watched this video, and it was like cats don't have to be trained how to be cats. Birds don't have to be trained how to fly. Fish don't have to be trained how to swim. It's just a natural thing that occurs. So with that video kind of contributed, is saying that you naturally know where you're supposed to be or who you're supposed to be. It's the world that may give you the distractions that make you think that you're supposed to be something different than what you truly feel as though you are, or you need to aspire to be something different than what is truly inside of you. Now, you do have to still figure out ways to make it work in life. Like, this is like, for example, if you want to be a basketball player and you got to go play basketball every day, you still need to find a way to sustain yourself until you can make basketball a source of income that can help you survive, because you have to survive. You have to live. You don't have to be the greatest, but you have to survive in order to you have to be nourished in order to achieve your purpose. So you still I get up for work every day. Knowing I don't have to, but it helps achieve my purpose for the future. I wake up and I take my son to school, knowing that I could just send him to his mother's house. I could be one of the fathers that just sees his son every other weekend. But I know to achieve the purpose I want, it's best for me to raise him. I could be just living overseas and showing people how to live like an expat life. But part of my purpose is helping people realize that, hey, It is great to live an expat life, but it is much more sustainable to build in the United States, build your income and your passive income or passivism income, and then move overseas so you don't have to keep coming back, or you don't have to come back and say, damn, I failed. And me showing that you don't have to work till you 60 years old. You don't have to work till you 65, whatever the retirement age is now when you're watching this video. Cause shit, I think the retirement age has moved. Oh, she look good. The retirement age has moved to 67. All of that helps me fulfill my purpose, because all of that is part of my purpose, because it's just naturally what comes. It's just naturally what comes. I don't got to go searching for it. I don't got to go. I do have to improve my techniques and stuff. I do always try to improve myself so I can express myself better, so you understand. Keep you entertained, or at the same time keep you educated. But man, what do you do it for? What's your why? What is the reason why you do what you do? I don't know if anyone's ever asked themselves that, but I think if you haven't ever asked yourself that, ask yourself that now. Why do I do this? Is it sustainable that I can be consistent because I'm doing it for this reason? I do it because, let's say I do it because for my wife and kids, right? Let's say I do it for my wife and kids, right? I wake up every morning, every day for my wife and kids. I go to work. I bring back morning. I do all this for my wife and kids. And then I get divorced. What am I doing it for? Now I got to switch it up. I got to switch up another reason why I'm doing it for. Now I'm just doing it for my kids. Okay, well, my kids grow up older. Now they don't want to be, they want to do their own things too. They still love me, but they still want to do their own thing. They're growing up. They want to move around. Now what I'm doing it for. I got to keep switching. And if you got to keep switching, it's going to be so unorganized. It's going to be so unorganized. Do it for yourself. Do it for your purpose, y'all. There's a lot of traffic today for some reason. I'm on my way to work. As you guys know, I usually do these Jeep talks whenever I'm either going somewhere, most likely going to work, and it has an area where it gets messed up a little bit. But I haven't done this in a while. Again, I've been living in my purpose, y'all. I've been traveling. I've been doing all this stuff. Every month right now, what I'm doing is just give you guys an update. What I'm doing now is part of my purpose is I'm getting used to being in Colombia often. So I go to Colombia every other month to see different places. Right now, during this year, I'm going different places around Colombia. I was in Bogota. I was in Cali. I was in Bogota. I was in Barranquilla. I was in Santa Marta. I'm going back to Barranquilla. I'll be in San Andreas. And then I'll be in Cali. So this year, I'm doing a lot of going to Colombia, but just moving around different places. I think next year, I'm going to be more focused on solely building in Barranquilla. I do still plan on going to Thailand next year. I do plan on, I don't know when yet. I got to really work it out because I need 2 weeks to go there to really get the what I really want to get done there. But I plan on going to Thailand next year. But I think I won't be traveling around Colombia as much next year. I'll be more focused on just building in Barranquilla, because that is going to help me with the purpose I want to set forward, to show people that, yo, look, it is good to travel. It is good to go a bunch of different places. But eventually you should pick a second place outside of the United States that you feel comfortable and build connections. And the only way to build connections, in my mind, is to be able to go there consistently so people know you're consistently there. I don't feel as though you have to be an expat and live there for months at a time. But I feel as though every other month at the least, you have to be there, because if somebody knows you're there every other month, they can get more comfortable with like, all right, well, I can't link up with this. I could call him this month, but I can see him next month. And I think, that's something I want to get used to, before I really, retire in 8 years and then move there as an expat, or move there as a person who lives there majority of the year. Again, just telling you guys just things that I think of, things that go through my head in life. That's what these Jeep Talks are about. These Jeep Talks are for you guys to get asked questions. It's if you want to ask questions about anything. It's for me to let you know the process of thinking, because Because while while it's a lot of traffic. While I make a lot of videos, and the videos gives you an inside look to the actual things going on. Sometimes it's good to know what's going on in the person's mind as they do these things, because a lot of times they'll look at like a video and be like, I don't know why Flyboy did this instead of doing this, and then they'll hear a Jeep talk, and I'll go more into detail, like, oh yeah, the reason why I don't retire is because I want to show my kids that you can work 25 years and then retire, and you don't have to you don't have to retire at 67 or whatever age they have it then. You could work only 25 years and then retire, just in case you're not an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Because in the future, what if they're not able to be the entrepreneur I am and build the income outside of work that I did? Then they have to learn how to be happy with just working 25 years and then being able to go and live their life to the fullest like they want. And again, that's just part of my purpose of what I'm doing, because not only do I prove it by my actions and show my kids, but I'm also able to show the world that it's the same way. So it doesn't just help my kids, it helps the world when I do things like this. And that's part of my purpose. So yeah, man, like so many things coming up, man. Again, I've been oh my gosh, you little nice little brownie thing. I've been trying to figure out if I wanted to take two girls or one girl to San Andreas. Damn. But right now I think I bought a ticket for one. But if I get down to Barranquilla and I see I want to take a second one, because again, a lot of stuff, even when you are living in your purpose and you want to educate someone, you have to be entertaining. And what is, oh, this car broke down or something? No, he didn't. He stopped the red light. What is entertaining to me, and when I see if something's entertaining to me, I want to do it. And I seen people go to San Andreas, but I haven't seen people take 2 joints, get a place, and just enjoy the time like that. And I think that's a good imagery for me in San Andreas. So I think I am going to find a girl in Barranquilla and take her to San Andreas. I already got one, and the one is she's down for it, but I just gotta figure it out, man. This is the fun part, y'all. This is definitely the fun part of there's a lot of traffic here. This is crazy. This is definitely the fun part of life, man. Figuring things out. If things came a lot easier, it'd be a lot tougher, y'all. It'd be a lot tougher. Another thing I want to do, I want to try to get to 100 episodes of Jeep Talk. That's what I want to do. Whenever I try a new section, whenever I start a new section, and this is no longer a new section. I've been on Jeep Talk for a long time. I try to get 100 episodes. When I did South Beach Lifestyle, when I was living in Miami for 3 years, and then I owned the property for almost 5 years. I was trying. I got 100. I was focused on getting 100 episodes. I got over 100 episodes of South Beach Miami Lifestyle. Same thing when I'm with the Colombia. Same thing with the Cuba. Getting over 100 episodes. I feel like 100 episodes is a significant amount of video. 100 videos is a significant amount of videos for people to really grasp the concept of what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, 100 videos. Like, will I ever think the Black Man's Guide will get 100 videos? That I doubt. That I doubt. I don't have the urge. I don't have the desire to go 100 different places and show you guys. But right now there are about like 20. I think there are about 20 guides. There are about 20 guides around the world. Thailand is probably gonna be the last one for a while. Outside of just showing you different cities in Colombia. Like, I might still do guides for different cities in Colombia, because it's great to be a jack of all trades, but you want to be an expert in some. You don't want to be a jack in all trades and an expert in none. So while I can keep traveling the world and keep shooting Black Man guides, which I probably will do, it just probably won't be as frequently as every year once I retire. But I really want to be a master. I feel like I'm a master in the United States. I feel like I'm a master. I understand the United States. I've been around different places. I've shown people different places, from Houston to from Texas to California to New Jersey to New York to Pennsylvania to Florida, to Atlanta. I've shown people, different lifestyles in different places and moving around different places in the states. There's still a couple of states I would like to go to, maybe Vegas or something like that. But it's no need. I've been to so many of them. And I want to do the same thing with Colombia. I really wanted to do the same thing with Cuba, but right now Cuba is having a very, very difficult time, and it's a little bit more, because I no longer have the legacy. The woman I was trying to build a legacy with in Cuba. I slowed down. I didn't stop because Cuba is still going to be part of my legacy. I just want to see how things work out with the current regime there and the current regime here in the States. So before I get back to Cuba, but so right now I'm focusing on Colombia and becoming an expert, or expert meaning 10,000 hours, 10,000, a lot of information. You're never going to be perfect, but I want to become as close to an expert as in different parts of Colombia as I can, so that I can be a jack in all trades, as well as an expert in the United States, experts in Colombia, and then maybe an expert in Cuba. One thing I realized is that a lot of people, they don't they want to be known for everything. They want to be the man or the woman in every single field. I don't have that desire. I don't have that desire to be the guy who showed you every city, every country in the world. I just have the desire to be the guy who gave you inspiration, to know a couple other places. And then if I need I guess that's why everybody, was like, why didn't you go to Thailand yet? I'm like, we got Zoom, we got Travelversity, we got Vontae, you got Trey Bad, you got all these people, you got Global CZ, you got all these other content creators who have given you so much information on Thailand. It doesn't mean that the Black Man's Guide ain't gonna be super different than everybody, because it is still be super different, because it's my personality, it's my charisma, it's the way I move. It's gonna be super different than all the other content creators in Thailand when I get there. But I don't feel bad not rushing to Thailand, because of the fact that there are so many other creators there now that's really showing you a way of life that you can follow. Now it's still not going to be the flyboy way, but it's something good to hold you over to when I get there, or if I don't get there, if Lord willing something bad happens and I don't get there, it's still enough. But from Dubai to Cuba to Trinidad to Toronto, Caravana, I think the biggest issue for people in their journey is they don't know that point when something's enough. Like, once I get to Thailand, I will feel like I have done enough with the Black Man's Guide. I will probably still do guides every now and then if I go somewhere new or a different part of Colombia I want to show you, like a Bogota. When I go Bogota more often, I maybe give you a guide for Bogota, San Andreas, things like that. But however, like after Thailand, I think I'm going to really slow down with the Black Man's Guide, because I'm going to focus more on becoming an expert in moving around Colombia and things like that, because that's the place I want to have as a second home. The United States is going to always be first for me. But shout out to Only Mellow. He said that's better. Better's relative, but yeah, I know. I agree. 916, what up? I know we haven't had a Jeep Talk in a minute, y'all. If you're just tuning in, this is Jeep Talk episode 77. What is your why? Why do you do the things you do in life? Who do you do it for? Do you do it for your kids and for a family, a white picket fence, a family? Do you do it for the money and the fame? For the notoriety? For the clout? Or do you do it for yourself, for your purpose? For what you want to leave your legacy to be in the United States? Now, it's going to go through a rough time, or in the world, rather, not the United States. It's going to go through a rough service over here, y'all, because we're going through the hills and stuff. Y'all know how this gets. But I feel as though the reason why I'm able to stay so consistent with life, with YouTube, with making money, with owning real estate, is because I do it everything revolves around my purpose. Nothing revolves around anybody else. My kids are part of my purpose. My availability to get out and speak to people who might need a little help. All right, we back now, y'all. You made it through the hills. You ain't gotta work 80, 70% of your life to enjoy life. It's not as young and vital and you know, able to do everything you're going to do. That's part of my purpose of showing that, because you know, unfortunately, we've lived in a way where it was status quo to just work for at one point it was status quo to never retire. Retirement, what I know a lot of people don't do research, but retirement wasn't a big thing in the 40s and 50s. Even the 60s and 70s, most people wasn't retiring. That wasn't the thing. They was working until they died. They was working until the last day of their death, and they were like, oh, they had a good job and all that stuff. And then in like the 70s and 80s and 90s, people started retiring. But the retirement was like, we retire after 65, we retire after 67. And now we're in 2020s, 2000s, 2010s, and people were like, well, I don't really want to retire that late. Well, we got to have a retirement age. All right, we're going to retire at 62. Then they moved it up to 65. Then they moved it up to 67. Like, and now in 2020, we got people who are finally realizing, hey, yo, I don't got to work. I can retire at 50. Shoot, I can retire early. Just early in general. And that concept wasn't a concept that was always around, y'all. That concept wasn't a concept that was always around. And in the future, you'll have people, and you and kind of concede it now. You can kind of concede it now.